Down to Florida, we welcome you to the Sunshine State. They're kicking back and soaking up the rays every day in Florida.
Welcome back, everyone, and I'm super excited to have this conversation with Heather Deyrieux, who is the president of HRFlorida State Council, and Tina Kuga Garrell, who is the conference director. Ladies, welcome to the show, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for having us on.
Heather, talk to me a little bit about the theme for this year's conference, kind of the idea behind it and what it's all about.
So every year we have a theme around the HRFlorida conference, and I have to give a great kudos to Tina and our marketing team for this year actually having a tagline as the theme for the conference. And this year is creating connections, building bridges together, and really establishing the networking opportunities that you can experience during the conference and finding those relationships across the state and across the world in beautiful Orlando, Florida.
I love it. The show is really all about building community, and that's why Wendy and I are really excited to take part and continue to have those conversations there. Tina, there are some really intriguing keynotes to me. I'm hoping maybe you'll talk to the listeners a little bit about each of them and kind of what they're bringing to the conference.
So one of our speakers that we have that we're very excited to have on is Shaun White. For those of you who may or may not know him, Shaun White is a professional athlete, and he has gotten many Olympic gold medals in snowboarding and skateboarding. So I can't even do one. I can't imagine being a professional in both of those. So kudos to him. But he actually got his first Olympic gold medal at age 19. So becoming a household name, he has gone on to win more gold medals through the Olympics in 2006 and 2010. He's also had an opportunity to get 10 ESPY awards for Best Male Action Sports Athlete. So not only that and accomplishing all of those things on the sports end, but he has also created things like his own music festival. And he's also created his own clothing line. He's headlined the Lollapalooza Festival. He is a great entrepreneur. He's been involved in many different aspects of business as well as being a top athlete. So we are very excited to hear his message and how he grew his successful global brand. And then we also have Derek Kayongo, and I've actually seen Derek before, and he has presented at another conference that I attended. So he has a great, powerful message, and he is the founder of the Global Soap Project. So for those of you who have ever gone to a hotel before and you've utilized their soaps, so for example, some of the big, large names, Hilton, Marriott, so on and so forth, when you utilize their soaps, you end up leaving a ton of soap behind. And this could be the shampoos, the conditioners, all of those items at a hotel that you would receive. So what Derek did is that he personally went to this hotel with his wife and different hotels, and he noticed that there was such a waste in all of these different soap products. So he created this nonprofit organization, and he is the CEO of the Global Soap Project. And what he does is he takes these soaps and partners with these organizations and corporations, and they gather the soap that is not utilized, and they take that soap and they end up redistributing it to countries and people in need, and to be able to, promote sanitation and to promote cleanliness, to stop preventing diseases, viruses, so on and so forth. So what a great message that he's going to bring, and what a great organization that he's created. And then our third speaker is going to be Chris Bosch. And Chris Bosch is the CEO and founder of Choose People. So it's a company that helps to transform company cultures, increase employee happiness, and then, of course, boost the bottom line. So she's an up-and-comer. She's been on some recent TED Talks. And so I think she's going to have a good, powerful message on how we can bring this to our own organizations as HR professionals.
I love it. Really interested in all three. I find them all very intriguing. The Shaun White one, though, just having watched him grow up, it's going to be really interesting to see him speak, because I think of him as the flying tomato, right? Heather, beyond the keynotes, there are, well over 100 sessions scheduled, during the conference, and particular speakers, session tracks that you're excited about.
So we do have our sessions organized into 10 tracks to try to make it a little bit easier for everybody to choose. So if you're interested in business management and strategy, or workforce planning and employment, HR development, compliance, compensation and benefits, employee and labor relations, risk management, global HR and HR science, professional development, or our master series, you can at least cut down your selections during each of the time frames by going into those individual tracks. We have a lot of our old HR Florida friends returning again that have presented many, many times in the past and always continue to get the highest approvals on our attendee surveys that we receive. So we do have such as Philip Russell and Ignacio Garcia from Ogletree Deacons coming back, J. Lenora Bressler, who's always been a crowd favorite, Monica Wolford, and Sean Rhodes, who actually presented at our leadership conference for our chapters just a few months ago. We also have a lot of new people coming in. So our programs team is superb with really finding a mix of talent that we've got some old favorites, but with new topics, as well as some new speakers that you're going to love as well. So definitely have to review that conference program on your app and make your top selections.
Tina, beyond going to the sessions, everybody loves going to the expo hall and meeting vendors. A lot of them can help us. All of us have a lot of different needs going on out there. Can you talk a little bit about some of the sponsors or exhibitors that in place and maybe anything that they've got planned that you could share?
We have some very exciting opportunities to meet with our exhibitors and our sponsors. So, for example, we have our one of our returning sponsors this year that is sponsoring our Central Park area. So, for those of you that attended last year, we have in the middle of our expo hall the Central Park area. So, we have that area for everyone to commingle, to network, to just take a break because we have so many vendors at the expo hall this year that it does get tiring going to all of our different sessions. So we've expanded our break area in the expo hall. Our returning sponsor is FIU, Florida International University. So for those of you who may remember, we had a digital character artist last year. Very, very popular. In fact, the lines were so long that not everybody was able to get a portrait from him. So we ended up talking with our sponsor. We heard what you said last year. And so we ended up adding another digital character artist. So hopefully for those of you that missed it last year, you'll have the opportunity this year to go and get your portrait done. And then also we have a special treat in that area as well. In addition to the Central Park area, we're going to have a featured chalk artist. So she'll be drawing a piece of art in chalk on canvas, and she's going to be, we chose a picture that best captures our theme for the conference this year, as HD had mentioned earlier today, and then it's going to have a little Florida influence throw in there for good measure. Definitely check out the expo hall. We have organizations that represent benefits, represent payroll, benefit, different consulting services. So I think there's something for everyone that you can bring back to your organization and meet some new opportunities in the expo hall.
I love it. I love hearing about those artists too, in particular. That sounds like super, super fun. Heather, we go to sessions, we see exhibitors. Everybody's always looking for something to do in the evenings. Can you talk a little bit about some of the activities that are scheduled?
As you mentioned, we've got to have a little fun in there. So we're kicking things off Sunday with a fun run. Last year, we had our first annual HR Florida 5K. And like Tina said, we listened to your feedback and we've pushed this later in the day. It's still going to be hot because it's August in Florida, but we're doing it at 6 p.m. So at least it'll be a little bit cooler for us. And this will be happening over at Falcon Fire. So we will provide bus transportation from the Gaylord over to Falcon's Fire for their golf course for the 5K. And that'll be at 6 o'clock. And it really is a fun run. You can walk, you can run, you can do it however you'd like. And as a reminder, a 5K is only 3.1 miles. So even if you walk a 20-minute mile, it'll take just over an hour to complete. But it's a great way to network and participate with your chapters or make some new friends. Monday night, we have our exhibit hall grand opening reception starting at 5:30. And we have Jared Violin performing inside the reception area. So he has been on live with Regis and Kelly and MTV and NBC and CBS and a variety of other places. I have not seen him in person yet, but from those who have, they have raved about him for years and years. So we're excited to add him into the grand opening reception. And then after that, we are stepping up the game a bit and we are having a lip sync battle and dance party at 8 o'clock on Monday. So this was a chapter competition where we threw it out to the local chapters around the state of Florida and said, hey, we want you to put together your lip sync squad, and the best of the best will compete on Monday for some awesome prizes with our celebrity judges. And in between those acts, we also have DJ Cody Jared, who is a very famous DJ in the Orlando area. and he'll be spinning some tunes. So we'll have our dance party going on throughout that night. Because we heard Tuesday was just not enough. They needed more time to party. So you ask, we provide. Tuesday night, we are switching things up a bit, and we are having HR Florida Presents Comedy Night, starring James P. Connolly, who is a very famous comedian. And we also have an opening act of Adam Hunter. And Comedy Night is sponsored by our Diamond Plus sponsor, Right Management, who has been a long-term supporter of HR Florida and great friends of the organization. After the Comedy Night is over, if you're not ready to go to bed, we're having a glow party. Break out all of your best glow-in-the-dark items or things that'll light up in a black light and join us for the after party. And we will continue the dancing and fun. But don't stay up too late because we still have sessions on Wednesday.
So you're telling me I need to go find like my Zubas for circa 1991,
You
right?
got it.
Yes, and your glow sticks and all of that. So, yeah.
And my glow sticks. Love it.
So on Amazon Prime Days earlier this week, there was actually a Guys in Rompers, or Romp Him, if you will, that was glow in the dark. I shared that with a couple of the chapters.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
I threw that out as a suggestion to a few of them. I said, here, if you want to go that way, this will be fun.
Wow. Well, we do enjoy ourselves.
Oh, yes,
don't we
do.
Plenty of opportunities.
Absolutely. You know, speaking of opportunities, Tina, a lot of the folks that are going to be attending are looking for the opportunities for SHRM and HRCI credits. You know, how many credits are available for attending HR Florida?
I am very excited to announce, because this just happened recently, we are now certified for 17 SHRM PDCs and HRCI recertification credits.
It's great.
Yes, I know. So we have a lot of opportunities to earn those credits. And in fact, we were able to get Shaun White's presentation for general session to have those certified for credits. So that's what put us up to the 17 credits recently. So we are very excited to have that opportunity for all of our attendees.
Now, I know a lot of folks attending are going to be repeat customers, Heather. And, you know, some of the folks that are coming to HR Florida 19, I'm sure it's going to be their first conference. And I will say, as someone that's attended several state events, 2,000 or so attendees that's quite a conference, you know, to start. And if it's your first time, you know, any advice, tips, tricks that you would offer up to those first timers to make the most of the experience?
So we have our record number of attendees that are signing up for this year, and it's also a record number of first-time attendees. So you are right on point with saying there's going to be a lot of newbies there. So I want people listening to know you're not alone. It's first time for a lot of you. I definitely recommend them stopping by the expo hall at the HR Florida booth. At the HR Florida booth, we will have a list and a giant map of all of our 28 chapters around the state. If you're not involved in your local chapter, this is the best way to find out where your local chapter is and to find those contacts, because all of those chapters are doing events throughout the conference, or at least going to sessions together. If you're not already plugged into your community, this is a great way to meet some people, and it's a more casual environment, so you can see them for a session, maybe meet up for lunch and enjoy some time there. But you have to remember, this is your conference, so get out of it what you'd like. You know, we have lots of entertainment opportunities. We have lots of courses and sessions that you can take, but really find out what's going to be best for you and make the most out of it while you're there. We do also have a conference orientation happening, so if it is your first time, definitely recommend you stopping by that session so that you can learn everything that we have to offer and also make some other newbie friends along the way, so you know it's their first time too.
Tina, about you, any tips you may offer up?
We also have a lot of our volunteers, and our volunteers are very knowledgeable on what is going on with the conference. So for our first timers, there are so many different opportunities, and it does get overwhelming. And being at the Gaylord Palms is a big hotel and conference center. So please make sure that you ask our volunteers for any guidance if you need assistance with directions, assistance on finding different areas, because, you know, with first timers, we want to make sure that you have a seamless experience and you have an opportunity to get the most out of the conference as you can.
I always say make sure you have comfortable shoes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Comfortable shoes, water, and the app. I mean, I think it's great to hear that there is the conference app, because those are incredibly helpful to figure out where I need to go and how to connect with people, and also all great things. Tina, maybe they're not a first-time attendee, or they're still thinking about it. They're trying to, well, you know, I'm just not sure. What else would you tell them if they're listening to the show right now? If they haven't committed yet, what would you tell them the best reason to get there and register and attend?
Well, John, actually, you bring up a great point. I have a great story to share. So I recently had a conversation with one of our chapter members over at the SHRM Southwest Florida chapter. And we had just recently met, had never met before, and we were just doing an introduction and chatting for a little bit. And then he said to me, Tina, I have to tell you something. I tell people all the time that if you can't make it to SHRM National Conference, then HR Florida Conference is the next best thing, bar none. And that really hit me. Just being in my role, this is new to me this year as conference director, but I was taken aback a bit. And it really sank in on really what a top-notch conference we host each year. Just from the variety of sessions that we offer to the networking opportunities available and really, building those connections with the people that you meet in human resources and the business fields. I mean, we have so many things to offer, from obviously the fun parties and entertainment to the takeaways with the opportunities for learning and meeting new people to, help you bring your organization up to what's going on in the HR field and being able to take those back to your organization. So there really is something for everyone to learn and take away. And, I think we really put a top-notch conference on.
I have to tell you, ladies, that I've never heard anything but positive. I was so excited when the opportunity to take part came up for me personally, because I've never heard anything but good. I've seen so much come out of there. I was really excited, and I have to, say personally, it's going to be great because I get to see a lot of folks I know. I obviously get to meet you all in person, but I actually have a few friends that have left the Virginia area and are down there now that are going to be attending, and it'll be fun because I haven't seen them in a while. And the first thing when I found out I was able to go, I was like, hey, you going to HR Florida? Yes, we are. Great. We're going to connect and be able to visit again, which will be a lot of fun. Heather, for those that have heard the show now, they want to learn more and get registered. Can you talk about the best way for them to do that? And then also maybe that somebody has already registered. I know you all have a VIP option, several options that are out there as well. Can you talk a little bit about that process?
The easiest way is to go to hrfloridaconference.org. And you can find all of the information about the conference and learn more about the individual speakers and sessions and everything else that we've talked about today. And we do have our standard pricing available through the end of July. So July 31st, your last day to take advantage of that. And then the price does go up a little bit. And as John said, we do have 3 different VIP levels this year. So again, kudos to Tina and her amazing conference team for coming up with these additional packages as ways to further add to your conference experience. With our first level of the VIP pass, it's only $99 more, and you can actually get a Sunday pre-conference half-day session. So if you're looking for additional recertification credits for both SHRM and HRCI, this is a great way to add it on, and it's not additional time out of the office because it's a Sunday. For $149, you can get 1 full day pre-conference session or 2 half-day sessions and a lunch voucher. So again, lots of additional opportunities for credits there. Or we have our VIP All Access Pass. And this is $199. You still get the 2 half-day or 1 full day Sunday pre-conference sessions and lunch. In addition, you get reserved keynote seating. So all of those great keynotes that Tina told us about earlier, we're going to give you reserved seating for those. So you don't have to stand out front of the general session room, making sure that you get a good seat. We also have express conference registration check-in. We've got a VIP lounge with complimentary coffee around the clock. We've got a hot buffet lunch on Monday and Tuesday instead of our traditional box lunch. We've got a very special swag bag as a welcome gift, and the all-coveted 2 additional drink tickets. So, lots of options there. One of the pieces of feedback that I've heard from a couple of the attendees so far is that their maybe employer or chapter or somebody is going to be able to pay for their regular conference registration, and they want to take advantage of the VIP. You can absolutely add that on. So if your company won't pay for one of the upgrades, but you want to get the additional sessions or that all access pass, you could pay for that on your own. So it's just a little bit out of your pocket, and your employer, chapter, etc., is paying the rest of the bill. But all sorts of great ways for you to work out your budget.
Tina, for those that are going to be in attendance and those that may be a little far away, we have a lot of listeners literally across the planet. What's the best way for them to follow along when it comes to social media?
So we have our HR Florida Council Facebook pages, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So all of those, we will be posting updates, posting pictures from the event, from the conference, and all the exciting things that are going to be happening. And you can find us at HR Florida. So at HR Florida for all of those social media pages. And in fact, we will be hosting a Facebook Live the Saturday before the conference begins, which is on August 24th at noon. And we're going to be giving our followers a sneak peek of what's in store for the conference this year. So we'll be setting up at the Gaylord Palms Hotel, and you'll get kind of a sneak peek behind the scenes of us getting set up. So to kind of build that excitement as everybody comes in for the conference. And our hashtag this year is hashtag HRFL19. Again, that's hashtag HRFL19. Please make sure that you're tagging us when you're attending the conference this year. So all those great moments that you'll capture on video and picture, please post them to our social media pages. We would love to see them. We really want to see what you're experiencing and everything that we have in store for you. So of course, want to see also as well how much fun that you're having at the conference too.
Heather, Tina, I really do appreciate, again, not only the opportunity to talk to you right now, but for the opportunity to take part on the social media team. Wendy and I are really stoked for this conference. Again, have never heard anything but great things. And I'm really looking forward to taking part, sharing in that journey and helping bridge those connections. We will have all the information in the show notes as far as how to get registered, get those VIPs, and how to follow the HR Florida group. Again, ladies, appreciate the time, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.
Thank you, John.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Take care.
We welcome you to the Sunshine State. We're kicking back and soaking up the rays every day in Florida. It's like a Caribbean holiday every day in Florida.